Oh, okay. Hey, what is up, everybody? As we return to Crystal Soul Esports, we're in week 3, and it's going to be Eastern Arachnes versus the Florida Griffins in our first matchup. I'm joined by Whoops You, my wonderful co-caster. I'm his secretary. And how you doing tonight, man?
I am doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me back. Obviously, you guys loved my pretty face and my subpar voice. It's nothing like your fancy voice by any means. But you know what? I'm the boss. You're the secretary. You said it yourself, not me.
Well, we have a wonderful matchup for you guys tonight. Our first matchup is our Champ League, and it is going to pit Chewies and Conan versus I'm a Peach and Instant. So I'm a Peach and Instant are kind of on that leaderboard in that champ rankings. They're in that discussion for being kind of top of the board if they can get the win here tonight. That'll kind of solidify them in the upper echelon of our champion leagues already. But Chewy and Conan definitely have a tough task ahead of them here tonight.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Eastern Arachnes are going to come in here hot and pretty interesting topic for myself. I've never actually really casted a girl for Rocket League just yet, so I think Peach is going to be one of my first girls I've ever casted before. Of course, minus last night, some of the work that we were doing there, but um, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see, how they how she stacks up to the guys in the league. I know they kind of have that stigma about them, like, oh, girls can't play, but you know what? I met plenty of girls in multiple games that have held their own, if not played better than some of my guy friends. So we're gonna see how this one's gonna play out,
Hey man, if she plays anything like Courtney or Carolina from
right?
Synergy, they're going to be in a good spot. Houston Arachnes will look to crush that. But how do you think that these teams have kind of shaped up because they're both of them sport that 1-1 record right now. They're kind of middle of the pack. They're trying to get to the top of the board. And for teams in a situation like that, what do you think their mentality coming into a gameplay like this is?
I mean, obviously, both of them want to win. Okay, they want to move to that 2-1 record. It looks better than the 1-2 on the paper. It definitely adds a confidence boost as well. So you kind of just have to come in here, take it with a grain of salt, and just come in here and play the best game that you possibly can play. And put some points on the board. So scoring goals is going to be crucial. I know they have been struggling quite a bit as far as the points per game average goals goes. So basically, they need to come in here and just do their game plan and focus on pretty much just putting that ball in the back of the net.
I'm sorry, I actually read that wrong. Florida Griffins is 0-1, so they're gonna be hungry
Oh,
for their first win tonight, getting in there with Chewy and Conan. And I'm a
oh yeah, I was
peach.
reading the wrong stat too. I read the same stat line you did.
And I'm a peach looking to kind of defend their crown, get into that upper echelon of the champ league, like I was talking about. And with the with the lineup that they got, they're a lot about just constantly attacking the ball. Looked at some of their stat lines that they had, very good offensively. So Florida Griffins gonna have to kind of lock it down on defense. We talked about how that defensive first touch is always the most key thing you can do when you're on that defensive rotation. So that's what I'm going to be looking for from Florida Griffins here tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be looking for more or less, kickoffs. Okay, kickoffs are setting up a crucial offense as well as defense too. You kind of have the follow up touches as well, so you got to kind of take advantage of that too. So especially in a 2v2 environment, kickoff goals are really really crucial to kind of start. Getting things going, and sometimes you get lucky enough where you kind of get things to go on the back end as well to kind of have that second player kind of cheat up and shoot right on that too. So we're gonna see what happens here in this one.
And I'll look for Eastern Arachnes to kind of like chip and chase as well. This is the term I always love to use when I see teams that can kind of aggressively rotate into the ball and they can get some good shots on net. They're going to be looking to just kind of clear it downfield, looking for a little redirect and see what sticks off the wall. If that defender makes a mistake, Eastern Arachnes will be there to punish. So Florida Griffins going to have to be very careful about how they approach kind of their forward rotation into that offensive zone. If they can get some early challenges kind of at the point of the attack, maybe they can kind of smother some of this Eastern Arachnes offense that we're kind of used to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like I'm looking at this stat line right here. I'm not even sure if Griffins have even scored this season yet. I mean, maybe you can help me out with that one, but it's gonna be pretty crucial for them, like I said beforehand, to kind of just focus on that and try to get some sort of points just generating and kind of get that momentum going for them and kind of just break this funk overall in general. So hopefully, they can get that done, and hopefully, we'll see maybe an upset here. Fuller Griffins taking on the Arachnes.
So into game we go. Eastern Arachnes versus the Florida Griffins as Peach takes the face off Chewy. Nice little challenge. He'll just rotate back around, lets his second come up as Conan back around. Good recovery off the sidewall. Instant trapped alone for a second. Good play across as Conan was looking to pressure. He got the boost as well. That's just a good defensive effort already from Eastern Arachne.
Yeah, Conan trying to take full on advantage and just trying to be aggressive here, which is something that you want to see, in this 2v2 spotlight. And like I said, they need to kind of capitalize on those as well. Conan has another chance right here, trying to come up on this one, but shoots this one too far to the right-hand side. And then the secondary touch by Peach, or by Chewy, my apologies, is going to be popped off to the right-hand side as well. So it's good to see the aggressiveness from Griffins early on in this matchup.
Talking about Eastern Arachne might be the team to kind of aggress, and Chewy takes a shot right underneath that last defender. Their second man in has been so quick, and their pressure along the boards has been excellent thus far, and they finally get the lead here 50 seconds in.
Yeah, just catching Arachnes on the rotation back and just boost stealing kind of all that kind of led to that goal right there. But good job, like I said beforehand, by Griffins just being aggressive early on in this game. Not even a minute off the clock just yet, but look at this counterattack right here. And Instant's going to go ahead and walk away with the goal and tie this one up.
And answering right back is such a crucial part of Rocket League. The first defender comes up. Conan was cheating up, thought he had the challenge. And again, that's just good realization, good communication for the side of Eastern Arachnes to put that one on net. And back down to corner we go. Instant. Gonna have a shot here. What a defensive bump from behind Chewy. And another one as Conan sends him flying. As two players stuck in the corner. A feed out in front. Chewy gets the 50. Look out the other way. He's got the boost as well. Instant with the touchdown to corner. He'll loop back around, grab that mid pad that they're so good at denying. The feed out in front, but Conan smartly already back at that midfield line. Conan around as Peach drops it to the front. Conan not having any boost. It's just a little awkward off the wall. Shot from the odd angle, and I'm a Peach scores it. And just a great pressure play from the side of Eastern Arachne.
Yeah, Griffins were in trouble right here. Instant kind of demoed Chewy on the back end, or Conan, my apologies, Conan on the back end as on the rotation back. So that kind of left Chewy back in a 2v1 situation. And on top of all that, Conan actually spawns on the same side as his teammate there. And to make matters even worse, Peach actually picks up that boost. So both members from Griffins were actually boostless on that goal.
Good realization. That's team communication right there. When you know you've stolen that mid boost pad, when you know the defense is low on boost and they're forced to commit into the corner like that, there's a perfect opportunity for Eastern Arachne, and they definitely capitalize as they do have the 1-goal lead, but they feed back out in front. Chewy right in front. Instant able to get the touch to the backboard, and again, Instant is coming up huge on defense for Eastern Arachne. And a
Look at this
feed
turn right here.
Conan shot and he can't get it as Instant finds another save, and now the transition the other way. Whoops.
That was just a very, very good heads-up play right there. I believe that was Chewy on the rotation back. He actually intercepted that ball, and Cohen is going to go ahead and tie this one up 2-2 now. As I was trying to say, though, Chewy coming off that left side wall, just kind of intercepting that pass and trying to set up that offense. Conan missing that shot on the right-hand side, but he makes up for it right there.
Owning great positioning after the initial touch. Realized that the defense, again, they're low on boost. He stole the corner. He turned right back around and just buried it to the side. And Chewy, 2-on-1 situation. Feed out to Conan in an instant. Great shadow defense. Good prediction on where the ball would be. Now he's got the head of steam. Looking to feed it mid. Right there, Peach. And Chewy, a huge save for the side of Florida Griffins. Now he's trying to go the other way. Chewy off the sidewall. He'll leave it, but it's past Conan. Look out the other way. Chewy up sidewall just to delay it enough to his teammate to get back. He's got a step, gets the shot and in, and Chewy turning garbage into gold as he gets that one at mid.
Yeah, Chewy just coming off the sidewall, 2v1 situation, beating both members of the Arachnes to the point of attack right there, picking up another interception to set something up on offense for him. So just a heads-up play right there from Chewy, and a good solo goal as well.
Off we go, another kickoff, and now Florida Griffins with the lead. Peach, long shot, far corner, Kenneth sneaking off the post, and Peach right there for the recovery. Not much Conan can do when he can't really predict the bounce of where that one's going off of the post. And Peach,
I honestly thought
out in front.
I thought that was gonna be a post in off the right hand side. No post love though for the Arachnes. So Peach still gonna get credit for that goal on the secondary touch off the back wall. So heads up play by Peach to go ahead and pursue that one. But like I said beforehand, the kickoff goals set something off on offense, especially in the 2v2 game mode. So it's definitely a very, very crucial part of the game. I'm not seeing Griffins be pretty much be aggressive here on the back end, but I guess who needs to be aggressive when you have an open net like this from Chewy? Oh my goodness.
And it's all about that first defensive touch like I was talking about. He was able to get that one off the wall, good recovery to the ground, and it's just an open net the other way. Eastern Arachnes getting a little ambitious with their challenge, even though it was 3-3, trying to put the pressure on to try and get that lead back as Florida Griffins have been swarming them in their own end. Instant flick up, trying to chase it down, looking for a bump as well as he tries to sit under. A good pinch to the side wall, but it goes the length of the field over to I'm Peach. In a quick center, and now Florida Griffins will look to break out the other end.
I was gonna say Arachnes, Florida Griffins. My apologies. There were actually two members in the box right there, so they kind of weren't sure what to do on the defensive side of things. There, Arachnes kind of lost an opportunity there on the offensive side of things because both of those members were like right over top of each other. So I'm not sure what was going on with the communications there as far as the rotations go, but something was happening there. Just a missed opportunity from Arachnes.
I like Conan's sidewall play here a lot. Him and Chewy are just kind of eating up the sides of the map, making sure not many clears from the defensive half of Eastern Arachne can kind of get through. And a nice flick back around. Conan shot short side and Peach a huge save. And it's that team play that is really kind of putting Florida Griffins on the map with this cohesive style they have going.
Yeah, I think Conan right here on the rotation back, kind of a missed an opportunity as well. Trying to go in front of the net for a bump play. So would have left his teammate Chewy open for an open net right there, but we're going to see if they can capitalize still. Nonetheless, Conan, open net opportunity and a great pass from Chewy as well.
Chewy being a bully in net, a little pre-flip action to get that one down to Conan. Great individual effort there by Chewy to get the ball out in front.
That was beautiful. 100%. He was getting bumped on the back wall. He just kind of found his way off the back wall as well. That was pretty.
So we talked about teams kind of challenging at the point of attack, and it has been nothing but for both of these squads, as anytime that ball just lobs down in front of the net, both players are going. It's been super aggressive north-south rotations for both of these teams here, Whoops.
Yeah, final 5 seconds of this game number one right now. We're going to see if the Arachnes can go ahead and tie this one up. We talked about the kickoffs, and this one's the setup right here. Peach actually getting beat to the point of attack by Chewy, and that one should die on the blue side. But Florida Griffins coming in here with the game number one upset over the Arachnes so far. They've been pretty aggressive thus far. How are you feeling about this game?
I feel like they've taken such a great control of that midfield boost and the sides of the field that their rotation is making it very hard for Eastern Arachnes to break out. We talked about these one-touch defensive clears if they can get it downfield. I was looking for Eastern Arachnes to do a little chip and chase. If they could get a long booming clear, that's forcing these Florida Griffins back to their own half, forcing them to play a little more defense than they're really just comfortable with. And I feel like Eastern Arachnes, that is an area that they can exploit against these Florida Griffins.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one. I've seen a lot of open opportunities on the back end for Eastern Arachnes, and I think that they just need to be a little bit more aware of some of the opportunities that were presented to them as well. There was a couple of missed opportunities for a couple of goals there to even put them in the lead ahead of this Florida Griffins team, but for the most part, Florida Griffins have been pretty much in control. There's been a lot of double commitment issues coming from Eastern Arachnes, so if they clean that up and figure out what's going on as far as their offense and defense goes and just take advantage of those opportunities that are in front of them, I really feel like Eastern Arachnes can come back in this series, no doubt in my mind.
We saw Florida Griffins on that very heavy rotation into the offensive zone. And that's where if you can beat that first man coming in, if you can either get the clear over top of him, make a play to your teammate, you're going to have some odd man rushes the other way. You're going to have some open looks with a lot of open field in front of you. And I'm looking for Eastern Arachne to make that adjustment here in game two.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how both of these teams kind of make their adjustments as we head into game number two right now. I know I want to see a lot more offense from the Eastern Arachnes like we were talking about right now in the pre-games. So we're going to see if they can make that adjustment and kind of come out here and fire first. I think Griffins actually scored first in game one.
I do believe they did. And Peach trying to clear this one out. Has a 1v1 opportunity in Chewy. Able to get a touch on it and to send it to the far side. Chewy, little solo play, no boost. He'll try and fake it. He's looking for just a little bit of a bump on anyone challenging, but did not have the angle for it as Conan trying to break out the other way. Instant, able to keep it alive in the corner. Instant has Apple, or Peach in mid. Peach shot, short side. Conan not able to get to it, and what a feed from Instant from the top boards.
Now, this is the beautiful pass right here. Instant. Nobody on the back wall to kind of defend that one. And Peach, sometimes all you have to do is put these ones towards the net, and they'll find their way home. And that one found its way home right there. Conan couldn't get off the back wall. Looking like he was going for a squishy save as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, sometimes that's all you need is a little lob pass like that.
Bump coming out as well. Conan with a lot of space in front of him. Look out, Conan. Looking for a solo play. Can't get it as he's bumped from behind. And Peach able to make the save. Great play on the defensive hustle there from Instant to get a bump. Making sure he couldn't cut that shot around Peach. Chewy to corner. Peach shot to the sidewall. Back down in front. Instant with the clear. And Chewy able to get around the angle. And Chewy going the other way. Flick, mid, short side shot, and in. Chewy transition goal going coast to coast.
Yeah, coast to coast goal here, right here from Chewy. Just amazing to see the individual effort to keep the Griffins in this one and tie this ball game up. But just the save as well, but the shot, a missed opportunity right there for Arachnes again. So they have to capitalize on what's presented in front of them, like we talked about, and they just missed an opportunity. Instant coming down that right hand side, just missing the goal completely, just putting a soft shot there. So
Conan looks for the feed. Good interrupt as Peach hops in that passing lane. Peach tries for the center field feed, broken up by Conan off the sidewalk. Now Chewy, little chip and chase pattern for him off sidewalk, and Instant can't get to it, but Peach right there to bail out her teammate as Instant was caught kind of a little unawares with the bounce off the wall. Peach right there for the recovery, and now Instant gonna have to delay the ball a little bit as they're trying to use the width of the field here a little bit more. Whoops.
yeah, they're trying to utilize just basically getting the long clears like we talked about in pre-games as transition from game 1 to game 2. They're trying to get these long clears like this one right here from Instant so they can get that 2v1 situation pretty much to set something up on the back end. But they need to be careful because it opens them up as well as this shot from Chewy is going to cross the finish line too.
Chewy's game sense is just on another level right now. The man is solid defensively, and then he's sending up some long clears of his own for some of these transition goals that we've seen too, courtesy of Chewy for the Florida Griffins. And now maybe a little bit of adjustment in playstyle is due again for the Eastern Arachne, as this one coming all the way back to midfield. Instant trying to play that one over the top. Conan, last man back. Instant gonna challenge him, forces this touch to corner. It's gonna bounce off the wall, but Chewy already there, and now a transition the other way. Conan will let this one go as Instant able to get control of the ball. And again, Eastern Arachnes doing a good job getting back to defense when they do need to.
That was a heads-up play right there from Instant, a 2v1 situation. Let's see what he does here with the ball. Right down the middle. And he's going to get the dunk over both members of the Griffins. What a shot.
And that is just a smart play there. If he did rip that ball, if he could have got it top right, I believe he had a little bit of daylight to shoot at, but opts to slow the play up. He forces those two defenders to make that commitment into the air. So Peach, even if she loops around for that ball, they have a quality chance again out in front, even if it does get blocked. So great decision-making by Instant to get that goal.
Yeah, pretty interesting right here to see Instant and Peach, both of them not trying to challenge Chewy as he brings this one upfield. So that's the kind of stuff that they need to kind of turn on and kind of start to challenge early on. As Peach off the top crossbar, and then Instant can't get the second touch to put that one in. Another missed opportunity from Arachnes. I'm not sure how many that is so far. I think that's about 3 just in this game number 2.
And Instant gonna try and take it off the wall, forces the 50, and right back down around we go. Chewy gonna hop in off that midfield rotation. And again, they're managing to control that midfield boost and just control that side of the field that Griffins is comfortable with. But an infield feed, Instant, just a little bit of a step behind Peach. Tried to sauce it mid. Good touch to the backboard, and Chewy already there to get the block. But Peach, patience is a virtue. Not able to dig it out. Now Chewy trying to go the other way. Loses control of the ball, but eventually we'll get it across that midfield line.
About a minute and 3 seconds remaining in this game number two. I'd like to remind everybody that Griffins is up in the series by 1 game so far. As Peach is going to try to bring this one upfield, but kind of gives up on the play right there. That's pretty interesting too. I know she missed out on the boost there at midfield, but still, I feel like could have done a little bit of damage. Got a nice little pass off to Instant as far as for that offensive transition goes. But yeah, pretty interesting to see that one. And the lack of aggressiveness, I feel like, from Arachnes so far. I think they're playing more defensively. I'm not sure what you're seeing, Gilthanes.
I believe they are. It's just because they got caught in transition twice for those goals. They're more apt to just stay back, let the ball come to them. Because now we see Griffins kind of just trying to take some of these long shots, not exactly carrying the ball through midfield, taking the space that's kind of given to them by Eastern Arachne. So Eastern Arachne playing a little more reactionary. A good feed down to Peach. Can't get the redirect, as that one would have been a nice shot on net, but 4 seconds left. Still a chance for either team. Conan to his own end, loses control of the ball. He'll just kill it and force the face-off. And again, this is an area where Florida Griffins has excelled. The face-off circle has been extremely good for them as they do win it here.
Yeah, he needs to pick up this boost here on the left-hand side, so it's going to put them in great advantage so far. But here we go, 2v1 fast break opportunity. Instant has that touch off the back wall. Couldn't quite find his teammate Peach, or couldn't quite find the pass either. Or the shot, I mean.
What a feed, as Instant not able to get to it. Now it's 2v0 the other way. Chewy, can he redirect it? No! Leaves it down to Conan, who puts it off the wall. Now a chance the other way for Eastern Interactive, but they can't clear it out in time. And Conan forcing that issue with some pressure on the ball could have prevented a little bit of a fast break the other way.
Yeah, another missed opportunity presented themselves on the board, and this one actually for the Griffins this time. It's not going to be for the Arachnes, so I can stop beating up on them so much, I guess. So here comes a chance right here for Chewy to kind of put this game away and shoots that one too high. It's going to be off the back wall. Now here comes Peach. Peach has a chance at this one. Could be a pass to Instant. Instant was waiting at midfield, and that one was passed too far to the right-hand side of the goal. Now this is the chance for Chewy. Bringing this one upfield. It's going to be met, and good aggression right there coming out of Peach to kind of challenge that one, because Chewy had that net dead to rights.
Conan going to be able to recollect this one. Chewy downfield, looking for a little bump. Tries to go to the opposite side, but an immediate challenge from Instant as Chewy, a little space in front of him. Peach stuffs him at that point of attack. What we talked about, Instant trying to bring it down the wall. A little bit of a collision down in front. Chance here for Eastern Arachne. If they can get this one center, back down, and Instant was already all the way back on defense. So maybe a little bit of a playstyle crutch there just a little bit, because they wanted to make sure they were back for the transition. They might have missed an opportunity on the offensive end.
I think he was just hustling back because that midfield boost was gone. He was going back to his side, as well as, you know, going back in case something crazy happened. A long clear, one of those far shots we were talking about. But I think for the most part, he was just hustling back for that boost when he could have easily just picked up a couple 12 pads right there at midfield and still made a play at the ball.
Conan loops back around. Dangerous ball across the front of his net. Peach trying to get an angle for the challenge. Instant all alone in the backfield. He's going to be able to get a touch. Midfield line. Going to drop right down to Chewy. Looking for the redirect from Conan. Sidewall. Back down in front. Chance here and denied as Instant somehow gets up from midfield.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up play right there from Chewy. Great car control as well. Both members from Arachne basically going up for that one to deny Instant, the highlight reel finish in this overtime game. So this has just been a back-and-forth ping-pong match the whole entire time, as we're looking at about 2 minutes and 50 seconds into this game number 2 overtime.
Both teams kind of playing a little safe with the ball. They want to just, you know, make sure they can secure the win. It is overtime. Eastern Arachne trying to equalize the series scores. Instant a little head of steam. He's going to look for the 50. He fakes it as he didn't have any boost, and Chewy goals, and that'll do it.
Wow.
The series all tied up at 1.
Wow, just unfortunate. I think Instant actually had that air dribble, he had enough boost, but I think he kind of faked out the whole entire lobby there. But just a close game, and it's going to end that way in overtime. Just unfortunate that that's the way that really close game is going to end. So regardless, still a great shot coming out of Instant, though, that air dribble fake.
And I want to highlight the defense from the side of Eastern Arachnes when they were making that gameplay adjustment, pulling back when Florida Griffins was trying to clear the ball deep. That was really their bread and butter setup because they were able to maintain some space after they got control of the ball in their own end. They were able to take it up the sidewall, grab some control of that midfield boost and some of these pads out in front, and feel more comfortable bringing the ball downfield, setting up some of these infield passes, both through the corner and through the sides of the map, where Florida Griffins really dominated early on throughout that game one.
I mean, yeah, hats off to the defense for sure. Because I mean, we had ourselves like a 3 minute overtime game, and that's literally both teams had 8 saves. So both teams putting in the work on the defensive side of things as well as the offensive side of things. So if you guys aren't a fan of pretty much change of field position, then you guys aren't going to be a fan of this one because that was a heck of a game number two. I like to chalk it up to like football. You know, when you have two very, very tough defenses and two mediocre offenses. I'm not trying to say that neither one of these offenses are mediocre by any means. I'm just trying to compare it to football, and where it's a game of inches. Essentially, it's a game of field positioning. And it's a game of the rotation and boost pads, and boosts are going to play 100% play a part inside the offense. So that was a really, really good game as far as I'm concerned. So
Yes, the boost pads in football. We all know about those.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we go to game three. Series score all tied up between Eastern Arachnes and Florida Griffins. This is, of course, week three. Florida Griffins at that 0-2 record, still looking for their first win. Eastern Arachnes trying to push themselves up into that higher tier in the Champions League, going 1-for-1 already. Looking to get above 500 in this series. And again, this is going to go anybody's way. I'm curious to see the gameplay adjustments these teams are going to make for game three, because now they have a good idea of how their opponent plays, how each player kind of interacts on their own side of the field. And it's going to
Yeah.
be the team. This is the crucial game. Whichever team can make the adjustment here, I believe, has a very good chance to take the series.
Yeah, usually we see in a game number three, typically, especially when the series is tied 1-1, you see a team start to kind of figure it out and they start to pull away. And that's when you start to see a lot more goals coming out from that one team. So we might see ourselves a high scoring game number three right here. But only time's going to tell. We're gonna see. I really do believe that the Griffins have it in them to pull off a high scoring game. We saw 5 goals from them, I think, in game number one. It was 5 or 6, one of the two, as Conan has a chance at this one, and he's going to miss his opportunity right there to put Griffins up on the board first.
And this is what I'm talking about. Eastern Arachnes, when they get that transition, when they get that first cradle on defense, they're bringing the ball straight up the gut. They have control. They're dribbling it. They're not, looking for any of these crazy long clears that I kind of look for him to do, because Chewy has been very on top of it defensively in his own end. So they haven't had a lot of chance for some of these transition plays that Griffins have kind of tried to abuse the other end. Instant long clear down. Conan all alone in the backfield. He'll tip it towards that midfield line. Shot on and in an instant, combining with Peach for that goal.
Beautiful, beautiful transition right here. And the stuff from Instant is what set it up. Both members being aggressive. That's exactly what I wanted to see from them in game number two, was them coming out here, working together as a team. And on top of that, just be aggressive towards the ball. And I think that will be enough to get yourselves over the hump of the Griffins.
And Conan, the little head of steam. He's going to try, and Musty didn't have a touch on the ball, but the demo downfield. Chewy, one to beat.
Uh-oh.
Nice cut. And what a demo from Conan to set it up.
That was just a beautiful heads-up play from Conan. The demo on the back end, Chewy just recognizing that. I would love to hear those comms on that one, because he just faked out Instant. We're going to have a tow truck come out there and get that man's axles, because I think those are still stuck in the field.
Chewy, again, able to center this one down. Peach, trying to take control. Once again, little infield pass over to Instant. He'll try and flick it on, but Conan right there to stuff it out. Conan looking for a little backboard play. Double, maybe. Back down in front. Chewy can't get the blast, as that one off the sidewall. Now Instant. Head of steam. Can he center it in time? Gonna try and drop it back down. He plays it slow. He's gonna go for a little doomsy, maybe, but cannot get the angle, as he did not have any boost after that sidewall play. And drops down in front, the last Florida player, all the way back at that back boost pad. And Instant will try and put another one on with some of this dribbling. So I like the adjustment that I've seen out of Eastern Arachne, taking the field position when they're allowed to.
Oh, 100%. But like story of like game number two as well. It's just been a lot of missed opportunities from both ends still so far. I mean, but I might chalk it up to defense at this point too. Like the defensive opportunities really haven't presented themselves because they've just been so tough and they've been cutting everything off. And then, of course, you got these 50-50s that have just not been in favor of neither team. As Shuey almost puts that one down, and the follow-up touch from Conan as well. Can't find its mark either, but that right there is a classic tale of what this series has been so far. Just the follow-up touches have not been there, and what's really been open is the back-end shots like this one rolling over to the green side of the field.
Yeah, anytime that ball has been fed in the midfield on the Florida Griffins side of the field, we see an immediate long clear slash shot coming down from the Florida Griffins, enforcing situations like this. High ball right out in front of the net. Chewy denied by Instant.
Oh,
What a save off the sidewall to keep Eastern Arachne in it.
that was just such a good save, and the rotation back as well. You have to love and appreciate this sport because the hustle and just the heads-up play and maneuvering to get yourself back in that position was just amazing to see.
Chewy touch to corner Instant. Nice little double out as he will 50 over the top of Conan to get this one down to Peach. Chewy stands it up in midfield, but now it's a foot race. Peach, can they get the angle? No!
Wow.
Chewy, a better recovery with more boost. He able to get that save across field and kind of save the life of Conan there as he was kind of trapped at that midfield line.
Chewie's car control is ridiculous, especially for being at this level that he's at right now. Oh, this one's going to sneak its way through. Wow, I wasn't expecting that touch right there from Instant. And I don't think either Conan wasn't expecting that touch either, but look at this shot right here.
And this is a great play by Instant. He waits just a little bit. He tapped the brake just enough for Chewy to complete that flip over on that near side. Cuts it all the way back to the far side after Conan had already tried to put on the brakes. And that is just a great picture-perfect placement shot by Instant to go ahead in this game with 45 seconds left. Florida Griffins looking to equalize. And Eastern Arachne looking to put the dagger in.
Very close game so far. Only 35 seconds though, so Griffins need to make their move, and they need to make their move fast. Here comes Chewy right now at midfield. Good 50-50 from the Arachne side. Peach is going to do a good job keeping this one on the blue side, but she's going to pay the price as Chewy's going to pick up the demo. It's going to be in a 2v1 situation, but not for long. An Instant doing a good job recognizing that his teammate was going to spawn up right behind him, so he was being the aggressor right there at midfield. So final 10 seconds in this game. Instant's going to pop this one up to the right-hand side, and now it's just a matter to see if Peach can go ahead and get it clear to the far side, and she does. And this one might hit the ground right there, and it will be GG's.
Eastern Arachne getting some quality chances in front of the net, forcing Florida Griffins to kind of play in their own half around the net as they were able to take a lot of that midfield presence and really exploit Florida Griffins when they come up to challenge. If they were able to force a 50, it stayed in Florida Griffins' end, and that is the difference maker in this game. As Instant was the one taking the shots. Look at that. 5 to his name with the 2 goals for Eastern Arachnes as I'm a Peach holds it down kind of on the defensive front with some of these clears and the passing.
Listen, according to the script, okay, that's what I
Oh,
think I said that before. It's a battle of field position.
yep, yep.
So, I mean, for the most part, yeah, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. For the most part, Eastern Arachnes have kept everything over on the blue side and then did a nice job hustling back on the defensive side as well to cover that ground that Griffins have been taking advantage of so far. And I think for the most part, Eastern Arachnes has the Florida Griffins figured out. So, Florida Griffins need to come into this game and kind of change up their game plan just a tad bit and just basically stop going for those long clears and maybe stop going for some of these individual plays that have been working out for them and switch it up and start trying to go to those passing plays now.
And the transition goals had worked for them in the first game. But my advice to you right now, get Chewy control of the ball. We saw him, utilize some of those mechanics. He can air dribble. He can force some of these defenders up from the Eastern Arachne squad. And that's where you have to capitalize. Conan was such a fast second man in that first game. I feel like that is an area that they can exploit if they can get Chewy a little bit of control of the ball, not just some of these long booming clears down the other way. because we've seen Eastern Arachne adjust their play style. They're playing back, they're taking
Yep.
control of the ball, then they're moving up through the midfield with a dribble, and then just try to force a 50, and whatever comes after that, they're completely fine with because it is out of their end.
Yeah, it's just the missed opportunities too from Griffin. I think Conan actually had a open net opportunity for himself once or twice that game, and he just did not take advantage of that one. He put it off the post a couple of times. So the accuracy that he's struggling with right now needs to be cleaned up as well if Florida Griffins has any chance to kind of come back in this series.
Instant. Just going to peel off as Conan looking for the center. Down to Chewy. Immediately met as I'm a Peach. Able to get back up to this ball. I'm a Peach. Harrowed by Chewy again, and he'll take that midfield boost. Now he'll immediately attack. He realizes that Peach was a little awkward and without any boost. Instant looking to force the 50, and what a save from Conan. I don't know how he did not connect that with Instant's car, 'cause that should have been a 50-50 goal for Arachnes the other way. Credit to Conan for the defense, but
Wow.
still swarming as Eastern Arachne get the first goal.
I was gonna say you missed the follow up touch from Peach as well. The right hand side, Chewy on the hustle back. He did get the save initially, but then Peach just the aggressiveness and then to find the angle on this one. I feel like only Dominus players know about the angles on the sides of the goals because I swear some of the people I play with when they be maining Fenix and Octanes, they never find these. But Chewy is gonna get himself a goal and tie this one up off the left side, just demoing Peach, and then Instant just wasn't expecting that demo.
And again, this is the area that the Florida Griffins have been extremely good here tonight. The face-off circle has been relatively dominated by them as they have
Yeah.
gotten some clean first touches and some clean breakouts right away. Now Conan looking to do it again. Shot far side, and Ahmed Peach slows up on that far post to make sure that save goes through. Chewy with a little head of steam, but he doesn't have much boost as that clear going to end up across the midfield line.
Yeah, just unfortunate situation right there that Chewy didn't have enough boost. I wanted to see what he was kind of working towards on trying to hit that ball. Looked like he was trying to go for some sort of flip reset, maybe a ground pinch or something crazy like that, but just didn't have enough boost, so that one's going to be negated by himself. Nice save right there from Peach, though, on the transition back. And it looks like, looks like Chewy was kind of causing a little bit of disruption right there in Peach's face, just bumping her out of the way.
That is another area we haven't really highlighted from the Florida Griffins. We've seen a few demos come out from their side, kind of getting into the faces of this Eastern Arachne squad, trying to break up their defensive rotation. When they're playing that far back and have somebody sitting there, that is a potential solution to try and force some of these odd man situations. Get Chewy some time with the ball like we were talking about earlier. And
Yeah.
he will just land a long, clear downfield, but Instant already on that rotation is already there to back. And again, these 50s coming out from Eastern Arachnes, this is the type of offense that they will take.
Uh-oh. Nice 50-50 right there, right in front of the blue box. Chewy on the right-hand side, just kind of waiting patiently for that one, and then Conan just being right there on the right side with him. I'm surprised that he didn't recognize his teammate Chewy was going to have that 50-50 and kind of just get the late clear or the late 50-50 as well. So Peach going to take full-on advantage of that one to put Arachnes up 2-1 now.
This is just textbook game 2 matching playstyle, where they sat back, waited for Griffins to clear it in, take control, force some of that midfield play, then take a 50. And that is exactly what resulted in that last goal from the side of Eastern Arachne, as they'll try to pressure into the corner here. Conan offside, well, long shot in by Instant, and that will get a 2-0 lead here for Eastern Arachnes. Again, you can't draw it up any better.
Yeah, that was just great patience right there from Instant, recognizing that Conan was going to touch this ball on the right-hand side. I think he even reversed just a tad bit to get the proper angle to shoot that one in, or at least make it a threatening shot, and it just finds its way in. So heads-up play right there from Instant in that 2v1 situation. We have Chewy now. Peach doing a good job coming up on that aggression, and then Instant challenging Chewy, so he's not giving him enough time to kind of even develop anything on the offensive side of things. I know we kind of talked about we need Chewy to have, some of that space and stuff, so that Arachnes are doing a very, very good job not even trying to give him that space.
And as we say that, flick far side off the post, down in front, and Peach with the save now in transition the other way. Instant can't connect with the ball, and Conan able to get his goal. Waterfall down in front, and Instant just going to back off as he did not have enough boost to completely challenge that one in the air.
Yeah, unfortunate right there from Instant not to take advantage of that one. But even worse is that I think the Griffins were struggling. I think Chewy actually didn't have himself enough boost either. He was kind of faking that half flip, trying to get the clear backwards, and then Cohen coming up on that one at the right time, right place, pretty much trying to shoot that one. Put a threatening shot towards net, and he just kind of shot that one wide to the left. So, like I said, the struggle with Cohen so far, just the accuracy problems that he's been having this whole entire series.
And hopefully they can get some of those woes sorted here in the last minute. Instant gonna put another one on. Bar down, still down in front of Peach. Able to bury it. So this Eastern Arachne squad, their offense coming alive here in game 3. Or game 4, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know we kind of talked about it in game number 3 that we're going to see a high scoring game, but I think the Arachnes kind of saved the goals for game number 4. As I said, one team starts to kind of figure it out. They start to kind of pull away. And I want to point out that that is a hat trick for Peach now.
Each doing a good job as that second man. Instant is so aggressive now on offense, getting some quality touches to the front of the net off some of these 50s. And Conan through midfield, one to beat, gets the shot on and in, and showing a little life here at the end of this game. 40 seconds for 2 goals. It's not unheard of. I've seen crazier things happen. And again, it comes down to this face-off circle where Florida Griffins have held a big advantage.
Yeah, they need to get this secondary touch as well. We're going to be starting on the left-hand side of this one. So we're going to have that Florida Griffins, whoever's back there, has to kind of cheat up on that one. But Conan kind of hits the brake a little bit, but he still gives it to Chewy with some space. I'm not sure if Chewy has enough boost, though. He has no boost, and Peach doing a good job inside the net, kind of denying Chewy that goal. Final 30, under 30 seconds at this point. My apologies.
Instant shot, short side, Peach out in front, can't get it. Now Chewy a chance to go the other way. Chewy up the sidewall, plenty of space, shot, short side, Instant gets the save as he somehow gets back. Good hustle there by Eastern Arachne.
Very, very good game from both of these teams. Just unfortunate. Some of these missed opportunities we couldn't capitalize on, but Eastern Arachnes are going to seal the deal and pick up this series.
And I believe it is a best of 7.
Is it? I thought it was only best of 5.
Uh, oh, it's best of 5. Okay. Is that
Oh,
double headers? Okay, never mind. So best of 5, Eastern Arachne getting it done. I know I wanted to see them play a little bit more is why. But Eastern Arachnes, again, just a great play style adjustment after they had tied up the series at 1-1. And, they never looked back. Florida Griffins, when they put the ball back downfield, they got the saves they needed. They got control of the ball. They took that space in midfield and then just forced Florida Griffins to challenge them. They made that defense collapse into them, and Eastern Arachnes, their second man in. Peach, especially in this game, 3 goals, able to get those shots down in front.
yeah, and not only that, but just Eastern Arachnes just playing such brick wall defense right there in front of the net. They're coming in this, with 4 more saves coming out of this game right here. So, I mean, the difference maker in that one is definitely by far the defense. And in pretty much every single game, it was just defense versus defense, and then pretty much who was going to get the save and then the clear and set up some things on the offensive side of things. So hats off to the Eastern Arachnes for coming out of this one. And like I said, on the back of Peach as well, picking up a hat trick. You love to see it. And then we talked about it in the pre-games, and I've said it before. There's been plenty of girls I've played with in various different games that have held their own, and Peach is kind of not necessarily representing just all girls in sports, but kind of showing what she's about here. So one interesting thing I want to point out too is that was it Conan? Isn't he a sub for the Florida Griffins as well, or is
He
he on the
is.
main? I was gonna say,
I believe he is the sub, and
yeah, so I want to kind of point that out too. That Kona is actually a sub here for the Florida Griffins. So Chewy with somebody else, I think that somebody else that was on that roster might have been a different game here, and it might have been a little bit more competitive as far as for Florida Griffins and Eastern Arachnes. So, but hats off, it was such a good series.
so Florida Griffins still going to be searching for their first win headed into week 4. And credit to Eastern Arachne getting above 500, that 2-1 record now, and looking good heading into their next matchup. If this is a confidence booster of any sort, that is definitely the game that you want to have against a tough of divisional opponent that's looking for that first win. You know, they came out, they were looking hungry in those first two games for sure, and able to shut a team down like Florida Griffins. That is a good hallmark for this Eastern Arachne squad. So, guys, we are actually going to head to a break. We will be right back with our second series of the night. We're going to go to our GC division for Treefolk versus Shenlongs, and that's Green Apple and Overflow versus Wheeling Ninja and Yeezy. So, stick around for that, and we will be right back.